What is up, guys? Welcome back to JoJo Cho MTG, and today we're going to do some standard climbing using the wheel method. This is a method that I completely came up with myself here. Now, what it is we're going to be climbing in standard using a random deck every single time. Now, the reason behind this is the fact that if you play the same deck multiple times, there is evidence to show that MTG Arena will put you against opponents that are perfect against your deck. Now, to avoid this, we are going to be doing 5 standard decks. These are I wouldn't say the top 5, most of the top 3, and then 2 of my own kind of like creation that we're going to be using to try to climb standard, and we're going to randomize it every single time using this wheel. Now, how I prove this evidence was if you make a random mill deck, for instance, and go into regular like play with it, you're going to be after the first game, you'll start facing opponents who surprisingly have 200 or 180 plus card decks for some reason. Like, it knows you're playing mill, so it's going to put you against opponents who have crazy big decks that you can't really mill them out for. So, to avoid that, we're going to be using the reel here and the randomizer, and we're going to climb with that. Now, the 5 decks that I've picked here to help climb in standard right now are the top deck being Gruul. It has the highest win rate so far of all the decks in standard play right now. Then I go with the second highest deck, which is Domain. A great deck built around 5 different colors using the Domain abilities to control the battlefield. We got Red Deck Wins, another really top deck. Just red rushing pretty much. It's a very easy, cheap deck, and it kills your opponents very quickly. Toxic is something that I've created myself. Now, there is obviously not the first person to come up with the deck, but this is my own deck design for Toxic, and a good way to throw off the algorithm and your opponent as well. And then lastly, we got Mill here. This is a deck that I've seen a couple other YouTubers use, but I've been trying it a little bit in standard, and it's definitely fun, but if you play it more than once, again, you'll have that same problem. So, we're going to be using the randomizer here, and we'll see how we climb. Okay, let's get it started. Here we go. Big money, big money. Big money. Let's go. Okay, we got Toxic. We are going with the Toxic deck. Woohoo! Toxic! Yay! Okay, let's see how it goes. I'll try to pump out as many games as I can in this video, but I don't want the video to be super long. Okay, we are definitely keeping this hand here. We got the Fabled Passage to get the color we don't have, which is green, and the Seaserm Coast, which will come in untapped since we do have 2 or fewer lands here. So we're going to keep this hand. Looks like our opponent's playing black. We're going to go grab ourselves a Forest with the Fabled Passage. That way we can get our Venture Rot Priest out, as well as our Slaughter Singer. Okay. Going Phyrexian. Okay, interesting. So he probably has... Yep, we're going against the Gruul deck that's very popular right now. So this will be a struggle, of course, but if we can get those poison counters in early before he gets his Planeswalkers and stuff like that, we should be fine. Let's start by getting the Hive out first. The reason why I chose this card is because it's going to be putting out creatures for us to swing with every single turn, so the longer it's out in the field, the more creatures we're going to get. Okay, Glissa. That's going to be really hard to get around. Luckily for her, though, when she does swing, remove 3 counters from target permanent. It doesn't include herself, so it won't take away our poison counters we've been applying. Throw this down, we'll throw a Phyrexian out, of course. And then, even if I were to get this out right now and swing with this guy, it's not going to make a difference. So I'm going to do is I'm going to throw my Double Strike out and my Crawling Chorus. Now, the Crawling Chorus we can block if he swings with the Glissa at least. Get ourselves a token, of course, and then we'll be able to swing out next turn. I doubt he's going to swing at us. Most Gruul players use it for, defense, because no one's going to swing into a Death Touch first strike. Okay, he's looking to kill something. He's probably going to kill the Jawbone. Okay, he's throwing out his Liliana, making me sacrifice a creature.
Happy to help.
I'll probably just get rid of the token. Yeah, and I'll just get it back next turn.
Off you go.
I think he's debating whether to swing or not. Yep. Okay, so yeah, we're just going to block here. I'm glad he did swing at us, though, because I can now hit him for a bunch this turn. So we get this guy out here. This guy's actually going to buff our Jawbone that we swing out with. But I'm not going to swing the Jawbone at the Liliana. We only need the 1 damage to Liliana. So we'll get the 1 out there just to get rid of the Liliana, of course, and then swing with the Jawbone. I don't need to give it flying or anything like that yet, so we'll just keep that for just in case. Okay, we got 2 poison counters out already,
Fun when they hit
and we got rid of
back.
his Liliana. We also have a pretty big field here. Usually Gruul decks like this don't run field wipes, so he's going to have to only single targets, and if we keep putting out creatures, we should be able to get around his defenses. Okay, he's going to try to... I don't have the card I need to protect it, so that's going to die, but I do have 2 more in my hand, so I'm not too worried about him dying. What I'll probably do next turn is I could play the Slaughter Singer to buff the Jawbone and then make him flying so it does get the damage out. Or I could do Vengeful Rot Priest. It won't get as much damage out, but it'll get more toxic out because when I target my creature with a spell, it's going to make him have a poison counter and... Yeah, perfect. Okay, so yeah, we're going to go with the Rot Priest here. Buff our guy, give him flying. He instantly gets a poison counter. Boom. Now I have a 2/4 flying with Toxic. And Lifelink because of the amount of poison counters they have now. And look at that. Because you added Toxic on top of Toxic, it gives the double Toxic. So what that means is I'm doing Toxic 2 pretty much. So I hit him twice and put 4 counters on him that turn. Or no, I didn't do, sorry. That's wrong. I still put only 2, but we're at 7 now. We only need 3 more to go. And he's also at 8 life, surprisingly. It's not really what this deck wants to do or does, but it works. He's going to do Cruel Gruul Grix. This is not something normal Gruul players actually run in their decks for standard, so this is kind of surprising. But he's just going to return a creature from the graveyard to the battlefield. I guess he wants to grab my Toxic for some reason. I don't know how that helps him, but okay. Okay, this is perfect. So I can return something back to his hand. Now, I could just do this and return the Rot Priest back to my hand to give him a counter and then play the Rock Priest again, but I don't think that's super efficient. What I want to do here is get as much damage out, so we'll throw the Slaughter Singer out and then just... Oh, he surrendered. Okay, perfect. We're climbing. Easy win there. Okay, so back to our little wheel here. So again, we're not using the same deck twice because we want to avoid that. So if it does roll Toxic again, we are going to completely roll again. And it almost did. Okay, red deck wins it is. So go red back into it here. And grab the red deck wins, and let's keep it rolling. Both of these decks that I've been playing, the red deck wins and the Toxic, are pretty fast compared to the other decks. All 3 of the other decks like Domain, Gruul, and Mill take their sweet time getting to where they're going, so they do take a lot longer to play. But at least I got to show you guys some of the faster decks. Okay. Boom. Hit that 1 damage right off the bat. He did mill or mulligan, so he is down 1 card for me. Okay, I know what he's playing. So this is a deck that I've seen a few times. It's rather annoying, but it's all based around skeletons. They are a creature type in this game mode, and they're, well, I mean, obviously they're creature type MTG, but in standard, they're pretty prevalent right now. We have to discard a card here. I don't necessarily want to get rid of Shock, but I think I'm going to. He doesn't have a creature out right now, and I can swing up for a lot of damage this turn. So we'll throw our Monetary Swift Spear out here. We'll buff the first one we put out. Give them both prowess, and then I can hit for 7 this turn. Now next turn I can do the... I could have plotted this, but I'm going to just cast it straight up next turn because I do have an extra land. It'll give us the Menace Trample to get around his creature. We'll just discard the mountain. Fine by me. Okay, he did get rid of all the cards in my hand. That's perfectly fine. I didn't want to draw a mountain there, but it's still, we're putting out 3 more damage. He's down to 9 health now. If he doesn't put a creature out this turn, he's going to be in for some real trouble. Okay, discard a card from my hand. What hand? I'm glad this helps you. Okay, good. You're doing some damage to me. Finally. Okay, we got another creature out. Not necessarily what I wanted, but it still has haste, so we can swing out for 5 this turn. Boom. He's down to 4 life. The great thing about him being this low is even if he killed all my creatures, I could draw a shock and a lightning bolt and kill him still. What is he doing? This game. It's so easy. See, this is what I'm talking about. We didn't have to run into a deck that was going to counter our toxic. We had a much better turnout here. So let's try one more time here. Show you guys the wheel. And this is a simple wheel. I just Googled wheel turner on Google and then put in the actual inputs for here. We've already shown you guys the toxic and the red deck wins, so we're going to see what the other 3 are. Oh, wants to do the red deck win again? No, we're not doing it. Sometimes I do feel like this one's a little bit repetitive at times, but it's okay. Okay, we got the Gruul. So, woohoo, Gruul! I do like the little animation with the fireworks and stuff. Okay, we're going to go right back into it with the Gruul deck here. At least this is one of the faster of the last 3 that I haven't showed you guys yet. If you guys want to see any deck techs, let me know. I did already publish a deck tech for this Gruul deck, as well as the red deck wins. I haven't put a deck tech out for the domain or the toxic or the mill yet, but I definitely will be getting around to that. I kind of just want to show you guys my method here of actually having a positive win rate in Standard, because it's been rough trying to climb to Diamond, but I will definitely get there. We're going to want to get the Cosmic Bronco, Caustic. I think it's as Caustic Bronco out here. Give us that card advantage early. He's going into Dimir deck, so I'm kind of curious. He might be playing Domain, or he could be playing... I've seen some decks run the Dimir Frog a lot. We're going to get the Restless Cottage out here and draw a card with our Dread Whispers. We did get him to waste the kill spell on a Bronco, which is perfect for us, so... Enters each opponent loses life, gain life. Whenever you commit a crime, you return this. Okay, interesting. It's a very weird deck so far that he's playing. We'll get the shielded out here so we can start putting some damage and getting some life back out. He's gonna kill it this turn. Yep. And you might just play the play land and play the crime thing again. Nope. Okay, that's fine. I don't think he's going to have... I mean, he does have 2 islands open, which does concern me, because he might have a counterspell. So, just to proc the counterspell, I have 2 Vraskas in my hand. Let's get his counterspell out if he does have one. Oh, he's thinking. So, yeah, it looks like he does. I want him to waste it on Vraska. Yep, perfect. So, again, it's very unlikely he has another one in his hand, but who knows? I don't know his deck. But we have another Vraska, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay. So he's all tapped out. He only has 1 blue open right now. So again, we're going to throw out our second Vraska here. I don't have to do the 2 life to bring it out this time. That does save me some life. Yeah, he agrees. It's nice. Okay. And now she's at 7. All we need is her to survive for 3 turns to kill our opponent here. Assassin's Trophy, okay. Surprised, not a lot of people use that standard because of the advantage it gives the other opponent. But, I mean, we'll get a free land. He has a lot of kill and counter. I'm kind of curious what his end game is here. I mean, he could just be pinging me for life this whole time with the campaigns. But it'd be kind of interesting. This is not a deck I've actually faced before in Platinum, so... anything could happen. He does have a lot of mana, and he probably can get the Virtue of Persistence out here soon. Okay, this is exactly what I wanted. I needed a Deep Cavern Bat. I want to see what's in his hand and what he's doing. Interesting. He might have his own version of the mill deck that I built with those three colors. He could be controlling the field using black and blue, and then running the mill with the Jace. Now, if I don't get rid of his deadly cover here, he'll just kill my creature and get his Jace back. So I'm gonna actually grab that. And then this turn we can put him out, and we can put Mosswood out. So we got a lot of power on the field. We took his field wipe away as well, so he doesn't have access to that anymore. He might be able to just kill my... Oh, yeah, that's just... I knew it. So he gets his persistence, the virtue persistence out. He's going to try to steal one of my creatures in my graveyard. Perfectly fine for him to do. He's got nothing better to do. And then we're going to swing out for as much as we possibly can this turn, because he's wide open. So I'm going to make the Rested Cottage a creature. And doing so, I can actually exile a creature or a card from my graveyard or his graveyard when he attacks. And creates a food token out of it. So, he's going to get his Virtue, but he's only going to get a Bronco. Which, it's a Bronco. Okay. We did 10 damage or 12 damage to him there, which is pretty huge. You know, the 12 life. The great thing about having Glissa out too, if I'm able to deal damage to him... Oh, okay, he drew a field wipe. He got another field wipe back to his hand. So a lot of people will think, oh, wow, we're in a crappy situation here. Whatever will we do? We're not. We got Mosswood to keep continuously drawing for us. And we have 2 Restless Cottages here, which we can throw for throwing creatures out. I am going to throw the Liliana out. Again, he has nothing open right now. I can get cards out of his hand. I have nothing in my hand right now. So I'm going to make him discard with it.
Outsmarting me.
Play this guy to draw and to throw him out. I could have not thrown him out and swung for 4 this turn, which probably would have been a smarter idea, but I'm going to get my Mosswood out because I'm hoping he kills it just so I can get another draw. He's going to grab one of my creatures. He's probably grabbing Glissa or Liliana. Or, sorry, Shieldred. Yeah. Figured he'd grab Shieldred. I think Glissa would have been the better choice, even though, yeah, it's 4 or 5 Death Touch. If he hits me with Glissa, he's going to be able to kill my Planeswalkers with her, but... hindsight is only 20/20. Okay, come on. There we go, he's throwing out his Jace. He's in a -3. Oh no, he's not. He's going to make me mill. Interesting. So he gets to draw 1 card from that. I would think that he would -3 to reduce my creature, but since he does have Liliana, it doesn't really matter. Okay, perfect. So we're going to throw our bat out here. Well, he doesn't think of... I don't know why he didn't think of this. I'm going to make him sacrifice this creature. We'll get rid of his field wipe. I'm going to -2 Liliana. He's going to have to sacrifice a creature. Which is my Shieldred, of course. Gonna make a blue fish. Okay.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Interesting. I'm almost tempted just to throw out the Nether. Actually, no, he's gonna get it back next turn with Virtue. So what we're gonna do is we'll just create the Black Horror here. And we'll do it once. Yep. Okay, so we're going to swing out with both of these now. At his Jace. He's going to block 1, of course. I'm going to not exile anything from his graveyard. I want to get rid of the creatures in mine. I don't have a way to reanimate them because I don't need to. So I'm going to get rid of... I guess I'll just get rid of one of Glissa's. He's going to block, of course, with his Shielded, probably the Restless Cottage, and let the 3 go through. Yep. And then we'll just sacrifice food again. I could just wait and hold the mana over him, but I don't really want to have to click the button every single turn if I pass the turn. So, we'll see. Okay, he's got his Glissa out. He might swing at my Liliana with his Shieldred that he stole from me. We need to do something about this virtue of persistence, and I do have something in here to get rid of it, but it might not. I only have 2 copies of it in here, so the likelihood of us getting to that anytime soon is very low. Okay, he's got his field wipe. He's gonna swing it. Yep. I wouldn't have done that. Oh, actually, yeah, he can't swing with Glissa this turn, so yeah, that was best move. Cut down. Okay. This is not going to work on any of his creatures. But I will do the -2 again. He doesn't have enough mana to make a fish,
But I'm
so he has to get rid of one of them. All it's doing for us is buying us time, and I can use the cottage that I'm going to swing with this turn. Just to get rid of the Shieldred in my graveyard. So he can't keep grabbing it. Just gonna block with a Death Touch, of course, because why not? And there goes my cottage. He might steal. Yep, I was gonna say he's gonna take the Deep Cavern Bat to get rid of my cut down. He doesn't know, of course, that I have that, but he knows now. Okay. I don't care if he swings with that. I'll block with this. I'm gonna lose my creature, but again, I'll just play it next turn to draw us a card and play it back on the field for 4 total. Super easy. Okay. That one field wipe that he drew or top decked earlier was actually what saved him here. This is going to be a long kind of back and forth between us.
I'll take note of all your failures.
Curious again why he's -2ing. See, maybe it's not about the mill. Maybe he's just using him as draw power and to reduce my creature's power. Because in the mill deck that I have, you want 4 copies of Jace because he's the main reason or the main thing you use to mill your opponent out to death. Okay, let's draw a card here. That's not too bad. We can kill the Glissa. He'll get it back next turn. No big deal. And then force him to discard a card. He has a lot of cards in his hand. He's probably just going to discard a land or something.
We all have things we overlook.
And then we'll just sacrifice the food. He'll get back Glissa. Yep. But me killing the Glissa is still worth it because he won't be able to swing with it this turn. So it still buys us time. And gets rid of a card in our hand because he's going to try to get rid of it anyways.
I know where to find all the answers.
See, if he just did his -5 right off the bat, or at least +1'd him and then -5'd him, I would lose in 2 turns because of the small amount of cards I have in my hand. I mean, in my deck left. But I don't think milling me is his objective, or he would have been doing that already. Wow. Really, urgent. I see it. I'm not seeing anyone actually run this in standard either. It's good card, don't get me wrong, and it definitely can cost less too, which is great, but it's not something I see very often. That's pretty much it right here. I can see what I'll get with Mosswood Dread Knight, but he has such the advantage on us, it's probably not even worth it. But I'll see what I can get here. If I don't get anything that could actually tip the scales into my favor, it's just going to be his game. Okay, we got a Veraska. And a Bronco. That's not going to make too much of a difference, unfortunately. I would really need to get rid of that Virtue of Persistence. If I drew the card I needed to get rid of it, then I wouldn't. I would probably stay in this game and keep trying to fight it off, but we'll call that a good there. But great thing is, you guys see that the wheel does work. We did play only 3 games, but we won 2 of them, putting us at a 66.666666 win rate with this method. And I believe, honestly, that is kind of the best we're going to get. I've definitely tested this out a few times. I did a 4-hour stream where I did exactly this, and I was climbing ranks because of the win rate. So I did climb up from pretty much from Plat 4 to Plat 3, and then I messed around a little bit with some other decks to try out in standard ranked, and I ended up losing, going back down a little bit, but it works. So I highly suggest using the wheel, make your own, make some dice, whatever it takes to kind of randomize the standard decks that you have in play, just so that the algorithm doesn't put you against things that you're never going to win against. So, thank you for watching my video here. I will be streaming later tonight as well on Twitch using the wheel and showing you guys even more footage of how to climb. And thank you for watching.